Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to dive into something pretty mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Google's VO2.
Okay.
It's this new AI model
Yeah.
creating some of the most realistic videos
Wow.
we've ever seen.
Really?
And we're not just talking about pretty pictures.
Okay.
We're talking videos that seem to understand how things actually move and interact
Right.
in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like magic.
It is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
We've seen AI image generators before.
Sure.
But VO2 takes it to a whole other level with video.
Video.
Like it's actually learned
Wow.
the laws of physics.
Exactly. And it's coming from Google's DeepMind,
Right.
their AI lab.
Yeah.
That's been behind some major breakthroughs.
Definitely.
Or what can VO2 actually do? I mean, what kind of videos?
We'll think 4K resolution.
Oh, wow.
Up to a minute long.
Okay.
And all generated from just a text prompt.
Wow.
It's still in limited release right now. You can sign up for the waitlist on Google Labs.
Gotcha.
But the examples they've shared
Yeah.
are pretty stunning.
So I've heard a lot of buzz about VO2's ability to nail physics in its videos.
Right.
Can you give us an example of what
Absolutely.
you mean?
One that really impressed me was this video of a beekeeper.
Okay.
They showed a beekeeper working with his hives, bees buzzing around,
Oh, wow.
honey dripping.
Okay.
And it all just looked so natural. Not at all like the stiff or glitchy movements you sometimes see with AI-generated content.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Did you?
The way the honey flowed
Yeah.
just looked incredibly realistic.
Exactly. And it's not just the visuals, it's the understanding behind them.
Yeah.
The prompt Google used to generate this video is actually quite detailed, describing everything from the beekeeper's clothing to even the swaying sunflowers. It's impressive how VO2 was able to take all that information and translate it into a scene that feels so dynamic and true to life.
So I'm curious, did other AI models
Oh, that's a great question.
try to create a video with this same prompt?
Yeah.
It seems like it would be
It definitely would be.
pretty difficult to get all those elements
Yeah.
working together realistically.
And while I haven't seen other models tackle this exact scene from what we've seen so far, VO2 seems to be a step ahead in terms of its ability to handle complex interactions and movements.
So it's not just a one-off lucky shot.
Right.
It consistently performs at this level of realism.
Exactly.
That's another example that highlights
Yeah.
VO2's physics prowess.
Well, how about a dog on a flamingo float in a pool?
Ah.
Again, VO2 captured the scene perfectly.
Wow.
You could see the water rippling realistically as the dog shifted its weight on the float. The sunlight reflecting off the surface.
Yeah.
It's the little details that really sell it.
That sounds adorable.
Yeah.
But I can imagine getting water movement right
Yeah.
would be a huge challenge
You're absolutely right.
for AI.
And that's why this video is such a great demonstration of VO2's capabilities.
Okay.
It's not just about creating a static image.
Yeah.
It's about understanding how things behave in the real world.
Yeah.
And bringing that to life in a moving image.
Speaking of liquids,
Okay.
I heard they even had VO2 generate a breakfast scene.
Oh, this one's a great example.
Really?
It's a simple scene.
Okay.
Syrup being poured over pancakes, coffee being poured into a mug.
Okay.
But you'd be surprised how hard it is for AI
I bet.
to get that right.
Yeah.
Liquids are notoriously tricky to simulate, but VO2 nailed it.
Real?
The fluidity, the way the syrup flows,
Wow.
the coffee swirls in the cup.
It's funny how something we take for granted
I know, right?
in the real world can be such a hurdle for AI.
Yeah.
Why is that, do you think?
Well, think about it. And liquids are constantly changing shape, interacting with their environment, reflecting light in complex ways.
Right.
It takes a lot of computational power
Okay.
and a deep understanding of physics
Yeah.
to realistically simulate those behaviors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So VO2 is clearly pushing the boundaries
It really is.
of what AI can achieve
Uh-huh.
in terms of visual realism.
Yeah.
But is that all it can do? Or is there more to this AI story?
There's definitely more to explore.
Oh, okay.
What's really interesting is that VO2 isn't just mimicking the physical world.
Okay.
It's starting to tap into something deeper.
Really? Hold on, AI expressing emotions.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level. Is it really that convincing?
Well, let's dive into that in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore how VO2 tackles emotions and even more complex scenes.
All right, sounds good.
So we saw how VO2 masters physics.
Right.
But what about emotion? Can AI truly capture those subtleties of human expression?
That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah.
It's one thing to get the syrup to pour correctly, but emotions are so nuanced and complex.
It's a whole other challenge.
Right.
But Google's been experimenting with that too. Yeah. They released a video, a close-up of a female DJ's face.
Okay.
And it's fascinating to see how VO2 attempts to portray her emotional response.
Okay, now I have to see this.
You do.
Was she like jamming out?
Yeah.
Lost in the music?
Yeah.
What kind of emotion was VO2?
It was more about capturing those subtle shifts of expression as she got lost in the music.
Okay.
I think a slight smile playing on her lips. Her head nodding to the beat.
Right.
Her eyes closed. Yeah. And as if feeling the rhythm. Those almost involuntary reactions we have to music we love.
So it's not like they had her crying tears of joy or anything over the top.
It's more about capturing the subtleties of genuine human feeling.
Exactly.
And while it's not perfect, it's definitely more nuanced than what we've seen from a lot of other AI-generated content.
Okay.
It's a glimpse into the potential for AI to go beyond just replicating the physical world and start exploring the inner world of human experience.
It makes you wonder, how far can they take this?
Right.
If AI can understand and generate physics and emotion.
Right.
What's next?
It's a really exciting time.
Yeah.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, VO2 isn't just limited to simple scenes. It can handle incredibly complex scenarios too.
Really?
Google showed this off with a video of a Renaissance palace. And it's simply breathtaking.
I think I saw a still image from that one.
Did you?
It looked incredibly detailed.
Yeah.
What made this scene so complex for VO2?
Well, this wasn't just a single room. It was a whole scene packed with details.
Oh, wow.
You had a queen in an elaborate gown. Courtiers whispering in the background.
Wow.
Flickering candlelight, reflections in mirrors.
Wow.
All set within this opulent palace interior.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. For an AI to juggle?
Yeah.
I'd imagine it'd be easy to get lost.
It would be.
In all those details, end up with a jumbled mess.
But VO2 manages to maintain visual clarity and realism despite all the complexity. It's like it has this innate understanding of composition, depth, and lighting.
So it's not just about replicating individual objects.
It's about understanding how all these elements work together.
To create a believable and visually stunning scene.
Precisely.
It's about taking a huge amount of information and synthesizing it into something that feels coherent and aesthetically pleasing.
Makes you wonder, what are the implications of this? For things like film and video production.
Exactly.
Imagine being able to create scenes like this with just a few lines of text.
That's mind-blowing.
That's mind-blowing. It could change everything.
It could.
Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Let's shift gears for a moment.
All right.
We've been talking a lot about VO2.
We have.
But Google also released an update.
They did.
To their image generation model, Imagen.
Yes. Imagen 3 is out now.
Okay.
And it's even more impressive than its predecessor.
Oh, wow.
The images are brighter, better composed, with a wider range of art styles.
Wow.
And incredibly rich detail. And textures. So it's like VO2 and Imagen 3 are this dynamic duo.
They are.
Of AI generation.
Yeah.
Hyper-realistic videos paired with stunning images.
Exactly.
It seems like Google's really setting the pace.
They are, and it's important to acknowledge that they're also approaching this technology with a sense of responsibility.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
With all this talk about AI's potential,
right?
It's easy to forget about the potential downsides as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With VO2, for example, they've been very careful about its rollout. Focusing on ensuring quality and safety.
That's good.
And they're using something called synthed watermarking.
Oh, synthed.
Which helps to clearly identify AI-generated content.
That's interesting. I haven't heard of synthed before.
Haven't you?
What is that?
It's essentially a way of embedding a digital watermark directly into the pixels of an image or video. It's invisible to the human eye.
Right.
But it can be detected by software.
Okay.
So you know for sure whether the content was created by AI.
So it's like a safety measure.
It is.
To help prevent people from passing off AI-generated content as real.
Especially in a world where these videos are getting so realistic.
Right.
It's good to know that there are ways to distinguish them from actual footage.
Exactly.
It's a way to promote transparency and help combat the spread of misinformation.
So they're being cautious.
Yeah.
But also pushing the limits.
It's a delicate balancing act.
Of what's possible.
It is.
It's like a delicate balancing act.
Right.
But with all these advancements, it makes you wonder, where is all this heading?
Right.
What does the future hold for AI-generated content?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
And it's one we'll explore.
Okay.
In the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll delve into the potential impact of VO2 and Imagen 3 on various industries.
Okay.
And consider what it all means for the future of creativity and content creation.
So we've seen what VO2 and Imagen 3 can do. Creating these stunningly realistic videos and images.
Right.
They seem to understand physics and even dabble in emotion.
Yeah.
They can handle these incredibly complex scenes.
It's amazing.
But now let's talk about what it all means.
Right.
How could these tools actually be used?
That's the question everyone's asking.
In the real world.
Right. We're talking about AI that can create content that's practically indistinguishable from reality.
Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are almost endless.
Yeah.
The potential impact on various industries is huge.
Okay, let's start with something obvious.
Okay.
Filmmaking.
Right.
Could we see VO2 being used to create entire movies?
Well,
or at least parts of them.
It's certainly not out of the question.
Really?
Imagine a director being able to generate complex scenes, special effects, even entire characters.
Wow.
With just a few lines of text.
Okay.
It could drastically change the way movies are made.
Right.
Potentially making high-quality visual effects much more accessible.
Right.
Even for smaller productions.
That's incredible.
It is.
But would that mean human actors and directors become obsolete?
I don't think so.
You don't?
It's more likely that AI will become a powerful tool for filmmakers.
Okay.
It could handle the more technical and time-consuming aspects of production, freeing up human creators to focus on the story, the characters, the emotional core of the film.
So it's more about collaboration.
Exactly. Humans and AI working together to create something truly unique.
And it's not just filmmaking.
No.
Think about advertising.
Okay.
What if you could create ads tailored to individual viewers, generating personalized experiences that are more engaging and effective?
That's the idea.
That sounds amazing, but also a little creepy.
I know.
AI knowing that much about my preferences and then using it to target me with ads, it raises some privacy concerns.
You're right. It's something we need to be mindful of as this technology advances.
Right.
It's crucial that we develop clear ethical guidelines and regulations around its use, especially when it comes to data privacy and responsible implementation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to make sure these tools are used in a way that benefits society as a whole, not just for profit.
Exactly.
Or manipulation.
Agreed. But on a more positive note, think about the potential for education.
Oh, okay.
Imagine create immersive learning experiences with VO2 and Imagen 3.
Okay.
You could bring historical events to life.
Wow.
Visualize scientific concepts, even learn new languages with AI-generated characters.
That's a great point. It's like having a personal tutor who can create custom content just for you, adapting to your learning style and pace.
Exactly.
It could revolutionize the way we learn.
It could. And it's not just formal education.
Okay.
Think about personal content creation. What if anyone could make their own short films, music videos, documentaries, all with incredible visual effects and realism using these AI tools?
It could democratize creativity.
It could.
In a way we've never seen before.
It really could.
You're right. It could empower anyone to tell their stories.
Yeah.
Share their ideas.
Right.
Express themselves in entirely new ways.
Yeah.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting. I know.
To think about all the possibilities.
It is. We're at a pivotal moment with AI.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to shape how this technology is used, ensuring it's a force for good in the world.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious to hear from you, our listeners.
Right.
What are your thoughts on Veo 2 and Imagen 3?
Yeah.
Are you excited about the potential? A little apprehensive?
Right.
Or maybe a mix of both. Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah.
One thing is clear, AI is changing the landscape of content creation, and it's going to be fascinating to see where it takes us next.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.